We are guys. Welcome to this preview for the Bees versus Leyton Orient third round Carabao Cup match. Obviously, tonight about 2:15, I believe. Yeah, 7:45. The match. Obviously, I'll be able to watch that on Sky Plus and whatever. I'm doing this a bit earlier now. It was going to be 7, but I decided to make it slightly earlier because obviously I'm watching this Champions League game at the moment. Very good game between Young Boys and Aston Villa. Villa are 2-0 up, so looking very good at half time, and they should have had a third, but the third one was ruled out for a handball that wasn't. It was never a handball. But yeah, so we're going to go into this and obviously try and work out who's going to play tonight. I mean, there's no actual confirmed teams up yet. Probably will be around 7 anyway, that'll happen. And hopefully I can bring that to you before I bounce, which will be around 7-ish anyway. I'll bring you the full teams then anyway. So obviously let's get into this and bring this screen up and get into it. It's coming up, guys. There we go. Match preview there, Brentford versus Leyton Orient. We've had plenty of encounters against them, of course, in the past. You know, lower league, of course, when we were lower league. You know, like second division, whatever, first division, all that. Plenty of times we come up against them. But obviously we're Premier now and they're lower league. So still doesn't mean to say we should underestimate them. And I don't. This is going to be still a tough one. Not going to be easy for us, but obviously we should win it. It's a game we should win this, to be honest. But anyway, let's get into this preview here. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's Carabao Cup clash against Leyton Orient. Yeah, quarter two kickoff, as I said. Brentford face League One side Leyton Orient in the third round of the Carabao Cup as they look to take one step closer to the final at Wembley Stadium. Well, yeah, hopefully we can. Hoping we can have a good cup run here. The Bees have won their opening 2 home games against Crystal Palace and Southampton. Leyton Orient are currently in the relegation zone in the third tier, but did pick up their first league victory of the season on Saturday. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of the fixture. GTEC is offering a free junior ticket. Well, this is good. Of course, GTEC is offering a free junior ticket for every adult or concession ticket purchase for Brentford's Carabao Cup tie against Leyton Orient. Yep. So, but obviously they're all used now. All tickets been pretty much nearly sold, I would have thought. But that was a good touch, you know, to give it free, give them the kids free junior ticket. So. The pre-match analysis, Alex Law's playmaker stats, set pieces could be key for Brentford on Tuesday night, possibly. Yeah, after a bright start to the 24-25 Premier League season, Brentford will now turn their attention back to the EFL Cup with the dream of winning the first ever major trophy still alive. The Bees came through a hard-fought second-round tie against League Two side Colchester United last month, and now take a step up as they face League One opposition in what is a London derby against Leyton Orient. Some may be forgiven for simply looking at Orient's season so far and believing them to be relegation fodder in the third tier. But the O's under the management of Richie Rellens are much more representative of their impressive win away at Reading at the weekend, rather than the 4 successive defeats that preceded that victory. In fact, those first 3 games came against last season's playoff finalist Bolton Wanderers. Before defeats to 2 of the likely automatic promotion contenders, Charlton Athletic and Birmingham City, before an admittedly poor performance and result against Shrewsbury Town. Albeit the 3-0 scoreline flattered Shrews with 2 late strikes from Tom Bloxham. The poor underlying expected goals data for Orient, which has seen them second bottom in League One rather than their actual position of third bottom, is more illustrative of the standard of their opponents too, rather than a reflection on their own quality. Whilst there has been a poor start, there is mitigation and there are also reasons to be positive, and therefore ever so slightly concerned for Brentford, who have a clear ability to get the ball down and play. Ineffectiveness from set pieces, though, will be an issue for them as they take on the versatility and variation of an impressive Brentford side. And Thomas Rank's side, with an aerial dual winning percentage of 55%, will expect to dominate in the air. That said, the slickness of their play, and they showed to gain promotion from the Championship a few years ago, has been shown at times this season once again too. So there are a variety of challenges Brentford pose. The Bees on paper and surely in reality are expected to win, exactly. But the start to this season for Orient has not quite been as poor as results may suggest. Scout report: Dan Long, Sky Sports. Orient in League One relegation zone after difficult start to the season. It may not have seemed like it at the time, but when referee Bobby Madley blew the final whistle that confirmed Brentford's 1-0 win over Leyton Orient in March 2014, he set in motion the opposing trajectories of the two clubs for the best part of the next decade. As Brentford carried the momentum of a crucial victory over their nearest promotion rivals, Orient won one of the next 7. By the time Russell Slade's side picked up another victory on 26th of April, it was too late. The Bees had been promoted 5 days earlier, meaning it was playoffs or bust for the O's. Having been 2-0 up at Wembley, they lost on penalties to Rotherham. With an understandable hangover, under the guidance of 3 separate permanent managers, the East Londoners finished second bottom in 2014-15 and dropped into League Two. Under the guidance of 5 permanent managers in 2016-17, they finished bottom of the entire EFL and dropped into non-league for the first time in 112 years. Thanks to Justin Edinburgh, the late great Justin Edinburgh, of course, Orient staying in the National League lasted just 2 years as he guided them to the title in 2018-19, just weeks before his tragic death from a cardiac arrest at the age of just 49. Very sad, very sad. Really was. R.I.P. Justin Edinburgh. Very good player as well for Spurs, of course. A much more conservative figure of 5 men took Orient through the 2 seasons that followed, and for most of 21-22 or on either a caretaker or permanent basis, as they consolidated their place in League Two. Kenny Jackett was sacked on 22nd of February 2022 after a run of 9 defeats in 12, left the club looking back towards the abyss. But Richie Wellens was appointed just in the nick of time. He picked up 23 points of the first 39 on offer to him, which took Orient to within 3 points of a top-half finish. In his second season, Orient won 9 of their first 10 on the way to sealing promotion with 4 games to spare. Last season was Orient's first back in League One since 2014-15, and after a rough opening month, they settled down nicely, which was helped by the fact they had exited the FA Cup, Carabao Cup and the EFL Trophy before Christmas. Wellens won the Sky Bet League One Manager of the Month award for January after an exquisite unbeaten run that spanned Boxing Day to 6th of February and consisted of six wins and 2 draws. Even the playoffs were within touching distance at that point. In the end, Orient finished in 11th, which convinced the club to award Wellens a well-deserved 3-year contract. The fact that we only finished 11 points off the playoffs with the number of injuries that we had this season excites me for the future, he said. This season probably hasn't started the way he would have hoped after that. They are in the League One relegation zone, having lost 4 of their opening 5 games. But 3 of those have been by a 1-goal margin against some heavy hitters in Bolton, Charlton and Birmingham. Professional wins over Reading on Saturday, as well as Newport County and Millwall in the Carabao Cup, with convinced players and staff they are on the right track. That said, football is a results business, and it remains to be seen how much longer Wellens has to lift his side from the basement. Look towards the same targets as last year and start to narrow the gap to Brentford that opened up a decade ago. In the dugout, Richie Wellens. Richie Wellens came through the academy at Manchester United. I remember him there. But departed in March 2000 after just one Worthington Cup appearance to join Blackpool. The midfielder made over 200 appearances during 5 successful years at Bloomfield Road, where he helped the Tangerines to promotion via the 3rd Division playoffs in 2001, as well as winning the LDV Vans Trophy on 2 occasions. Wellens was so reliable that over the course of the 4 seasons that followed, 2 at Oldham and 2 at Doncaster, he missed only 12 league matches and made 198 appearances in all competitions. Leicester paid a reported £1.2 million fee to sign him in the summer of 2009, and he proved to be a valuable asset over a number of years, winning the club's Player of the Year award in 2010-11. His final major move was to return to Doncaster, and after 3 years there, he had short spells at Shrewsbury, Salford, and Macclesfield. Shortly after retiring, he went back to Oldham as first-team coach, but less than 3 months in, he took over from John Sheridan, first as caretaker, then permanently in October 2017. The job lasted until the end of the season, and in November 2018, he joined Swindon, where in his second season he led the Robins to the League Two title. Over the next year, he managed former clubs Salford and Doncaster for a grand total of 56 games, 17 of which his side won. 3 months after leaving the latter in December 2021, he was appointed at Leyton Orient, where he again won League Two in his first full season at the helm. Having just passed 2.5 years in the job, he is the club's longest-serving manager since Russell Slade. The game plan. Dave Victor reveals the players that Brentford needs to keep an eye on ahead of the Carabao Cup clash at the GTEC on Tuesday night. It is normally 1 striker up front with 3 behind him. That centre forward will be either Charlie Kelman or Dan Aggie, he said. It will be a high press, high energy, and I think with a focus on taking the game to Brentford. What Wellens will want to avoid in doing that, though, is the mistakes that have been so costly. On the Orient players, Brentford will have to keep a close eye on. He added Ethan Galbraith was signed last summer from Manchester United, and he cleaned up at the end of season awards, winning the Player of the Season and Players' Player of the Season. He is an exceptional player, and Orient did well to keep him during the summer window because he must have attracted interest. If he is fit, without a doubt, the best player in the Orient squad is Jordan Graham. He signed last summer from Birmingham, but picked up an injury in late October and has not featured since. But he makes such a difference when he does play. This is, the starting 11 against Reading, of course, that they had. Hemming, Curry, Happ, Beckles, James, Clare, Brown, Aggie, Galbraith, O'Neill and Kelman. And unfortunately, this is that bad news we heard the other day. Visser out for a couple of months with a bad ankle injury. Such a shame. And we're now without him. And, lost another attacker now, another striker. Not looking good for us with that, I'm afraid. I've got a couple of comments here. Yeah, be up to you, Miss Melina. How you doing, Mel? Yeah, hi. Great to see you in here. Hope you're well, my friend. And, of course, Luca. Yeah, be up to you, my friend, as well. Luca OC, hi, yeah. Thanks for coming in. Obviously, I won't be here that much longer because I want to go and watch the rest of that Champions League game, Villa and Young Boys, because obviously Young Boys, Young Boys are obviously losing. Villa are doing well there, 2-0. Should get a few more. It's a very good game, so I'll be going very soon. I don't need one now, Luca. Obviously, maybe for the reaction, maybe I will. You could say, tell me one for the reaction, mate. Obviously not for this now, so I won't be on here much longer anyway. So, yeah, you can send one, DM me that, mate, and you know, I can get in touch with him for the actual reaction stream. Yeah, but getting back to this, yeah, such a shame that this is out. Really is. We don't know who we're going to get up front now. Obviously, we've still got Bomo, of course. There will be others, of course, we can play. I guess Shardy up front there. Trying to think, Carvalho maybe. Not as actual proper strikers as such, but you know, they are attacking players. They're sort of forward-thinking players. So, oh, here we go. Here's the actual confirmed lineups. Yeah, here's the actual lineups, guys. 4-3-3 for the Bees, and Valdemarson in goal yet again. I'm glad he's getting a long run in the team in the cup games. Really good to see. Rawsleff, of course, don't really like him. I don't think he's that great, unfortunately. But he might just be okay against Leyton Orient, and not as special as not like Premier opposition, I suppose. So that might be his level. He might be okay tonight. Meg Homer, it's his first game, of course, his debut. Left back. Should be fairly comfortable-ish for him, maybe. Yeah, it should be okay. It'd be good to see what he can do. Norgard, of course, playing there in Vandenberg. So that's good that he's continuing. Carry on seeing some decent play from him. He looks okay, looks fairly composed. Me, of course, back in there, Ben Mee. That's great to see that he's back. You know, getting fitter again and everything. Of course, Yarmaluk, very good player. Do rate him. Want to see more. And of course, Trevitt looked very good last time against Colchester. So, yeah, I think he should be pretty good here as well. Should be fairly good. He looks very promising, young player. Shardy, of course, plenty of promise and stuff, but yet to really produce as such. But I think he can against Leyton Orient. Damsgaard as well. Should be enough. Carvalho, as I say, that's great. You know, I think that'd be good, that forwards there, that forward line of Shardy, Damsgaard and Carvalho and whoever else is up front. Excuse me, guys. But Pinnock, he's on the bench. And Bomo, of course. Yogain, I don't know him. Lewis Potter, bit surprised he's not starting, but he might get some minutes tonight. He might, you know, feature in it tonight. Collins as well, Yanel, Konak, like to see him given a run out again. That'd be good. And Kim Ji-soo. And Cox, our other goalie there. So, third choice, I believe. Right, so Leyton Orient, 4-1-4-1. Keeley in goal, James, Sweeney, Warrington, Simpson, Cooper, Donnelly, Ball, Perkins, Abiro, Joe Yoshimi. Subs are Beckles, Pratley, Kelman, Clare, Graham, Aggie, Galbraith, Hemming and O'Neill. So there we go, guys. They're the teams. And, yeah. I feel I'm still pretty confident with this. I think we should win this. Yeah, it could come back to bite me saying that, but I still think we should win it, and I'm going to go fairly confidently a 2-0. Could be 3, but I'll stick with 2. I just feel we should have too much, and we're at home. It's at the G-Tech. It's not going to be a walkover for us, I don't think, as such, but it should be comfortable-ish, I hope. I could be wrong, but I'm going 2-0 the Bees. Yeah, I think, you know, Leyton Orient will offer a bit, but I still think we should have too much for them. I really do. Yeah, 2-0 to the Bees. So good luck. Come on, lads. Best of luck, and hope we can beat them. And I'll be watching it, of course, on Sky Plus. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce. But thanks to a few people who've been in the live chat. Melina, and Luca, of course. Thanks to you guys for coming in, and everyone that's been watching live or obviously on playback. Hope you've enjoyed this, and please, as I say, follow me on Instagram, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hiver Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Keep supporting me, guys. Keep the subs going up. I'm still on 111. Want it to keep going up now. That'd be great. Thank you. And thanks very much for all your support. It's brilliant. And much appreciated, guys, your support. So brilliant. And obviously, I've got, as well, the Buzz show is tomorrow now. It was supposed to be today, but with a lot going on, I couldn't do it earlier. So I'm going to be doing it tomorrow now. And a lot of that will be focused, of course, on the Premiership action from the weekend. And of course, Champions League going on at the moment and things like that. Be a lot of debate on that sort of thing. So probably talk about certain decisions, refereeing, of course, as we know. So yeah, there's plenty to come, and obviously on my cricket channel, there's going to be reactions to the men's ODIs against Australia. Of course, on here on the football channel, still going to be the Spuds match against the Spuds on Saturday. Our preview for that. I have got a Spuds fan actually for that one coming in, joining me on Thursday. That's going to be 6 o'clock, I believe. Should be 6 o'clock. So yeah, I have got a Spuds fan for that. So that's great. Looking forward to that one. Hopefully we can beat them like Arsenal did, but it's going to be tougher because we're obviously without Visser. But, we'll see. I hope we can. It would be good to come back from obviously that. Well, it was only a 2-1 defeat against City, and we played really well, great performance. But unfortunately came away with nothing. But, yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And it's been a great stream again. Obviously, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to go and watch the rest of that Champions League. Hopefully, Villa are going to get more goals, I hope. But, because obviously, for an English club perspective, I'm not a Villa fan, but, I want to see them do well in Europe. And, of course, their manager, of course. So, brilliant. Brilliant. So, thanks, everyone. I'm going to bounce now. Thanks very much. Until the next time, goodbye. Goodbye.